Hi everyone, Asperger Sadie from Twitter here. Or you can follow me at my website, www.ihaveaspergers.webs.com. I wanted to post this video real quick for a friend of mine who wanted to know information about good ways to set boundaries for kids who don't understand like social situations and things like that. Such as, calling up a friend. How many times do you call them? How often is too often? At what time of day do you call them? So basically what I would suggest is say something like, okay, you cannot call any earlier than this time in the morning because people are still sleeping, and you don't like to be, called when, you're still sleeping because you don't want to be woken up. Other people don't want to be woken up either. And then you can also say, okay, and you can't call any later than this time at night because, again, people are going to go to bed soon. And, or especially, if people have a baby at home or something like that, you can say kids need more sleep, so they need to go to bed earlier, so you shouldn't be calling them past this time, stuff like that. So that's one way to set a boundary. And then another way is basically, let me think, when, people are trying to understand, okay, how many times should I call somebody? Basically, okay, you can call them once, every, hour. If they don't pick up in the first, 2 or 3 times, stop calling and wait for about, 5 hours, or give them set limits. Also, I tend to not leave messages on answering machines just so I can be in control of the situation and keep calling people on my own terms. It's also important to say, people are going to really freak out if, you call them 8 times and it says on their phone, 8 missed calls, oh my gosh, stuff like that. So explain to them basically just how the person's going to be feeling, in these situations, on the other end. Explain it to them in a way that they can understand and implement it into how they would feel about it, help them to get themselves into the other person's shoes. Now, they may say, oh, well, I would love for someone to call me at 2 a.m., and you say, well, unfortunately, most people don't really appreciate that. So instead, what you can do is maybe send them a text, or send them an email, or things like that. Give them an option so that they're not just stuck not being able to do anything. And say, really, these things are best left for in the morning, when everyone's awake. So that's, my explanation for how to deal with, a communication with other people, for those on the spectrum. And so, yeah, you can follow me at Asperger Sadie on Twitter, or www.ihaveaspergers.webs.com. Thanks.